Dr. King was constantly tilling the soil. And I think that we had to first start our research off by finding something that would till the soil. And as each scene goes on, we have to realize that his final destination was actually planting that seed, and that seed is his legacy. So I wanted to try to find a speech where, you know, it would soften up the crowd and, like Julie said, draw them in. And I think that just speaking about equality was the best way to open up because it includes everyone.
For me, part of that process was finding a theme. Part of our overarching concept for this is that Dr. King's legacy is transparent. It applies to everyone, no matter what you look like. So in the show, you're going to see some depictions of Dr. King that are not the traditional Dr. King that you're used to. So for me, it was, what other way can I show this great legacy other than just somebody who fought for a certain group's rights? What else did he do? And I found out that he was a big leader in socioeconomic issues. So I found some of his speeches that dealt more with poverty and homelessness, and tied that into the racial issues that he's more famous for. So it's really about finding that theme in that story.
I'm curious. I'm the odd person out here in that I didn't work. That didn't work on the script. And I'm curious if you can. What's an overview of the script? What can people expect? Tell me the story of this script as it unfolds, without giving everything away. When they come to see it, what kind of script are they going to see? What kind of actions?
Well, we can't really give it away, even though it is free. We can't give away the storyline. We've worked very hard this quarter. But one of the things that we do is the story that they're going to have this year is a voice in the crowd. Right. We 2/3 of each scene is true to Dr. King's words. Okay. Where we've gone, that's why the research side was so important, that we actually have re-energized his words with his words, and that's what people will hear, other than the I Have a Dream speech, which is eloquent, but he had a lot of other eloquent speeches too. So that will be one of the main draws, that if you have a family or just want to learn about Dr. King's speeches, you'll hear what he had to say about several issues: homelessness, social justice, peacemaking. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then after that, we have a reaction to Dr. King's speech. That voice in the crowd is a reaction.
So who normally gives that kind of reaction? What kind of?
We have actors from Acting in Columbus who will be acting on stage for us.
And they represent particular characters that came out of the time, or a contemporary reaction to
it? They're peculiar to the time of the speech.
Okay.
We kind of play with time a little bit.
Nice.
To make it relevant.
Okay. So now you're all graduating, or have graduated, have your eye on the prize of graduating. Tell me about what you're going to do with your degrees now. I'm curious about how you look to the future and think, I'm going to use my degree and my minor in professional writing, just say, as a stepping stone to something later on. What are those thoughts in your heads right now?
Well, I would like to continue my education. I'm looking into grad school for creative writing. I would like to pick up a MFA in poetry, but I also want to, go on professionally, maybe into the publishing world. So that's something I'm really interested in.
Well, that's a great question, because I would love to know what I'm doing. But I picture myself doing something in public relations with something nonprofit. And I've had a lot of internships with public relations, and I've just always used my knowledge of the professional writing. That's why I really chose this minor, and why it's a great minor for everybody, just because if you like to write, it's definitely a skill that you should embrace. It's something you can use in everything. And I find that a lot of people kind of run away from writing. So if it's something you have a niche for at all, I would definitely choose this minor, because in any internship or any real world experience I've had, I've used it. So even if I'm not going to be a writer, if I do something in public relations, I always use it, and it's really kind of set me apart from other people.
Absolutely. My main goal is more of a creative writing career. I also want to get an MFA eventually, but to get to that point, you have to a lot of times work. And I feel like in the workplace, like you were saying, the skills you learn in professional writing classes are definitely applicable to all types of work.
May I also mention that Lee Masheter is also on the team, but he's been ill today, so he wasn't here. He was part of the collaborative process for the whole quarter too. And I'd like to say thank you to, number one, your openness at the beginning of the quarter, to a new concept that script writing, you've learned a lot from script writing. I also really appreciate how you learned how the collaborative process does work, that you're what constructive criticism truly is. Because all of you worked together on that and listened to it with discerning eye and made it better for everyone. And I really appreciate what you did for that, because what we're going to end up with is a show that you're going to be very proud of, that the people in the city of Columbus are become more enlightened by. So I'd like to thank you for that.
All right. Well, I want to thank you as well for being here today on Writer's Talk from Ohio State and from the Center for the Study and Teaching of Writing at The Ohio State University.
Right. Don't forget, January 18th at Veterans Memorial. If you want to get questions or have more information, it's area code 614-645-1993 at the Office of Community Relations.
And we'll have that on the crawl at the bottom, so that you'll be seeing it right now. And this is the process of revision. You see that he's just inserted into my beautiful, beautiful ending the
645-1993.
That number right there. Again, that number is
645-1993. Call today.
Call today. You too can get a ticket. So we good?
We're very proud of it. We're very proud of what everyone has done. We're proud of the production that Mayor Coleman gives the city of Columbus, our community, that he feels that this is an important project each and every year.
And from the Center for the Study and Teaching of Writing at The Ohio State University, this is Doug Dangler saying, keep writing.